反正就代表中国最强的实力去参加这次最后的比赛吧。
Today's OMG is much stronger than those days we beat them.
我觉得他们强的原因是他们中路的操作是没话讲的。
Beautiful all the way back to the turret. Faker with a beautiful play.
롤드컵 나오면서 결승전까지 꼭 가자 하는 마음가짐을 왔거든요. 그래서 지금 5분의 2 확률을 뚫은 거잖아요. 4강 진출하도록 하겠습니다.
The road to the biggest event esports begins right here.
Season 3 World Championship live from Los Angeles, California. I'm your host, Efje Shoksupportere, and tonight SK Telecom T1, OMG, Royal Club, and the Gamma Bears take to the Rift in a battle for the last 2 semi-final spots. But before we get to the matches, let's send it around the League of Legends studio and check in with all the casters that will be bringing you tonight's quarterfinal action, starting with Trevor and Freak over at the caster desk.
Thank you very much, Sharks. I am Trevor Quickshot Henry, and this is, of course, David Freak Turley. Besides headbanging during the commercial breaks, we'll be calling tonight's first quarterfinal matchup, Taiwan's Gamma Bears versus SK Telecom T1 and their MVP mid laner, Faker.
And I'm excited to get our first look at these Taiwanese champions here at Worlds and just see how they stack up against an SK Telecom team that, well, they kind of destroyed OMG in the last group stage game. And honestly, I'm so excited, I can barely wait.
With that, let's send it over to D-Man, who's kicking back up in the interview lounge.
Thank you very much, Quickshot. I am, of course, Lee D-Man Smith, and tonight I'll be sitting down with some of the LCS pros to get their take on the World Championship so far. But for now, let's keep this trip around the studio rolling and send it over to Riv and the guys at the analysis desk.
Thank you very much, D-Man. I'm Rivington Bills in the third, and locking down the analyst desk with me is Sam Kobe Hartman Kensler. Plus, grouping up with us in our 5-man push through the 2 quarterfinal matches is OG and Caster Monte Cristo, Evil Geniuses Crepo, and Counter Logic Gaming's Double Lift. But before we insta-lock our predictions for tonight's series, we need to get our flux capacitors up to speed and head back to Monday's games for another look at our first 2 semifinal qualifying teams.
In the first game of the Season 3 World Championship quarterfinals, the #1 seed from Europe and the top team from North America faced off in an all-out brawl.
Pushu gets focused on, he has to get away. He's actually tanking up the dragon. Soaz hasn't used that ultimate yet. He's going to lock down Lemonation. Lemonation with no mana at all, but look at this.
Can you flash?
Yeah, oh nice.
Oh, get him. Get minions.
Chase on through, he may be the death of him. Yes, he will. Soaz in the meantime, he comes around. He is going to get one down, but look at that. Sneaky once again gets the kill this time on Peke. Soaz though comes in. He takes down high in the mid. Lemonation getting taken low, gets dunked on by Cyanide. Yellowstar off the back.
I can arrow. You have an arrow? I'm arrowing Yellowstar.
Yes. Goes down, it's a 2-for-2. The arrow on towards Yellowstar. He's so low on hit points, he's going to get locked up. It will be another. It's a double kill for Bob. balls. Cyanide now, he's in trouble. He's not going to be able to escape this one, surely. The slow arrow from Sneaky does catch him down. Hawkshot's going to give his vision away. Balls is ready and waiting to chase, but it's not going to be. It's a 3 for 3.
Wow.
What a fight.
These fights
Dragon
are
didn't even go down.
absolute chaos.
Fnatic's unpredictable rotations would catch Cloud9 by surprise.
Balls getting locked up. Stranglethorns comes out. He's already used that Shadow Dash. Meteor's doing what he can, but he may get locked up as well. The whole of Cloud Fnatic going along towards him. He does get away. So is just going to follow him through.
And that is the legendary Fnatic rotations that we talk about.
And Fnatic's ace would secure them the win in Game 1.
Peke picks up one. Peke going to close in towards Lemonation. He's going to be the next focus target. There it is. The Rift Walk falls pulse straight on towards High. Going to be next. Sneaky goes down off the side. Peke's going to roll him in. There's the triple kill. And it's Fnatic cleanup duty. That's an ace. They have struck first blood on North America's Cloud9.
Fnatic were one win away from a trip to the semi-finals.
But it is going to be High going aggressive. Urgent Strike is available on Peke. You can see he's already used the Ignite. It's going to take him very low. High should get this one. First blood for High.
That is exactly what Cloud9 needs in this game.
Cloud9 were able to turn the series on its head to force a third and deciding game.
Whoa! But they've gone a little deep. What a fantastic kill there, though. Straight away, push you down. That's a massive damage dealer for Fnatic. They've got to back out of this fight. And you can see High, he wants to go in. Urgent Strike on towards Cyno. He's going to go down the dot, ticking away. There's nothing Fnatic can do. We're going to Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. North America strikes back.
Game 3 started with disaster for Cloud9, and North America's last hope was dashed before minions even hit lane.
Fnatic catches him in the brush.
The catch on towards Sneaky. He's going down. He's going to get dropped. First blood comes out. They may get a second as well. Lemonation's going to be the focus target. He gets locked up. Yellow Star goes in, and Cyanide gets a double kill.
That is immensely huge for Fnatic.
Fnatic would snowball that advantage, and Xpeke cleaned up once again to send Fnatic into the next round.
But it is going to be another triple for Peke. Here comes the Quadra. They're going to give it to him. Yes, they are. It is Peke dominating 11-0-7. Fnatic are going to go through to the semi-finals, taking down the North American champions, Cloud9.
In the second match of the day, Gambit Gaming were looking to be the second European team to advance to the semi-finals. They faced off against Korean Najin Black Sword. Gambit stood united behind Darian Shen.
They see Shen to start to come in. Nagane gets hit up. There's the attack. They pull it around.
Oh no, Genja's gonna eat it.
Prey walks right on a Genja, but there's the Stand United coming in. The taunt to come out, and that is a dead Prey. Buff transfer to Genja secured.
It was a back and forth game, but Gambit's dive would swing the game back in their favor to give them the win and a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series.
It's like, yes, everyone build magic.
Oh, wow.
Defense.
Oh, Nagane gets taken down instantly. They didn't see that one coming. This is a choose-your-own adventure
Prey's
for
still
Gambit.
up,
they are still going on to the next chapter. Prey goes down to the back line, or gets the takedown onto Alex Yish, I should say, using Flash. Using Flash. The second piercing arrow from Genja, spot on. Takes the apple off the head. Gambit with a definitive win after an amazing 50-50 game for the first 20 minutes.
Najin Black Sword turned things around in Game 2 by getting Prey's Twitch fed early.
Mount Zona, some of that low HP, the expunges there, they get the first blood down onto Voidal.
And this game was never in doubt, as Najin's sword would secure the win to even the series at 1 game apiece.
Prey again, right next to everyone.
Just, whoa, he gets hit in the face with the unstoppable force, but he's brought back into the fight by Kane. A great move there. He actually picks up a kill off of it as well. Amazing coordination in the team.
Congratulations, Magic Sword.
That's all she wrote for Game 2, ladies and gentlemen. We take it to a Game 3. Najin Sword turning it up a notch here in Game 2 to bring it to 1-1 in the best of 3 series.
In the final game of the set, Sword got kick-started by their bot lane.
Combo from Kane!
On to Voidal, the Ignite is down. There goes the Valkyrie. God. The 1, the 2, the uppercut coming in.
Another play!
Kane grabs first blood a second time in a row. Genja wants to answer, but it's just on the edge. That's the way the cookie crumbles. The flash comes in. The Valkyrie was down. The Acathian surprise. It's not enough to take him down.
All right, bottom lane outplay once again. Kane is just destroying Gambit.
An ace for Najin Sword would all but secure the win.
All of Najin is combining themselves on each other right now. Very hard to click into the damage. They now focus on Darian.
오케이! 오케이! 나 잡았어! 형이다. 플래시 있는데. 오케이, 에이스! 밀어. 탑 올라간다.
And Najin's patient poke comp allowed them to push to victory, earning their ticket into the semi-finals.
Oh!
12 lead from downtown. The spear coming up big, going on to Voidal. This could be a final push here.
Congratulations to Naj and Sword. Well-deserved win right there.
And with half of the quarterfinals in our rearview mirror, let's take a look at the updated tournament bracket as it stands now. After cruising through the group stage, blowing away Cloud9, and earning a spot in the semifinals, Fnatic has guaranteed themselves at least a top 4 finish here at Worlds.
While in our second match, Najin Black Sword shook off a Game 1 loss to get past Gambit and earn the second spot in the semifinals.
And remember, if you want to watch Fnatic, Najin Black Sword, and tonight's 2 winners throw down at the Galen Center, there are still a few tickets available.
Head over to lolesports.com/tickets to secure your seats to watch the 4 best teams in the world compete for their spot at the Summoners Cup.
All right, gentlemen, it's your time again to drop some knowledge. What were your thoughts on yesterday's 2 quarterfinal matches? Crepo, we're going to start off with you. What were you feeling about yesterday now that you've had some time to sleep on it?
I was just really impressed with Fnatic. The way they came out to play, like really prepared. They got their Kassadin through. I have no idea how. Their rotations were really amazing. The way they hide in brushes even between lanes, and people, they basically force people to keep falling for it, and just really well played by them.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Cloud9 actually kept up in laning phase. If you had asked me after groups who would win in lane between Fnatic and Cloud9, I would definitely have said, you know, Fnatic all the way. But even high even first-blooded, expect a 1v1 mid in the second game, and I just expect them to lose really hard. And I'm also really surprised that Sword seems so uncoordinated. Their team comps were kind of weird, to me at least, and they play the game really slow even when they're ahead, which is really uncharacteristic of Korean teams.
That was the big surprise to me as well, and we knew that Sword a month or so ago wasn't looking so hot, even though they have all of this talent on paper. This is a great patch for them. We saw those Jax bans coming out against Expression because he's such an interesting top laner carry.
Right.
But they still haven't fixed their problems, which were a bad pick and ban phase, and that pick and ban phase sunk them in Champions Summer. The Syndra-Draven combo is an absolute horror in that tournament, I think. That's why Prey yesterday was trolling a little bit, mousing over the Draven, because it's kind of become a joke in Korea about how bad he is at playing that champion. But the issues, they're still there. They're not aggressive enough. They're not decisive enough. They lack that crisp shot calling.
Right.
I mean, even though these guys are talking about how their pick and bans were kind of lacking, their team synergy was kind of lacking, they still had some very, very strong individual play. What impressed me most was that bottom lane. Kayn and Prey almost just single-handedly won them that series.
Well, gentlemen, tonight we'll be finding out which teams will be joining Fnatic and Najin Black Sword in the semifinals. So let's take a look at our first match of the day. The Taiwanese champs, Gamma Bears versus Korea's SK Telecom T1. What are your thoughts going into this best-of-3 series? Doublelift, take it away.
Well, I think Gamma Bears needs to play the best games of their life if they want to beat SKT. And the reason is SKT has been getting better and better every game I watch them. As they entered groups and they lost to OMG, I was like, wow, SKT doesn't know what to do against these early game stuff. They don't seem that crisp and clean. Now, I see them, they're just a machine. Their last game against OMG, they took an inhibitor at like 13 minutes. So they're just getting better and better.
I completely agree. At this point, I need a very compelling reason to choose anyone against SKT, and we haven't even seen Gamma play under the pressure here at Worlds yet.
Well, it's also just looking at the Gamma Bears record. I mean, yes, they had a spectacular run to make it through the Taiwanese qualifiers, but if we actually look at the Taiwan Esports League where they were playing, they were 12-13 in that league. And yes, they beat a lot of those teams to get here, but they're a young team. They're pretty new with their current roster, and we haven't just seen that consistency. And you look at SK Telecom, the pinnacle of consistency. They've only ever lost a best-of-series to Ozone.
Right.
There's not much more left to say. Mona said it all pretty much. Yeah. If you struggle to get out of the groups and just barely make it here, no pun intended, then you have to play against SKT1. Well, I wouldn't be happy if I draw that card.
All right, well, now I'm going to ask you to predict the winner of the first quarterfinal series here in just a moment. Right now, let's take a look at the leaderboard and see how everything is added up. Thanks to yesterday's 2-0 record, Monte Cristo has taken over the top of the analyst desk standing so far, while the casters, Crepo, and the viewers are 1 game back. And finally, there's the man who changes his mind almost as much as he changes supports, Doublelift.
Dude, that's not even fair. That's not even fair. I believed in America. I watched the American Dream die on game 2. I was
and then
like,
you hopped off the train right before
because
it crashed.
I thought like
it's all right. If we turn the analyst desk into a show, I'll give you an entire episode to talk about it. I promise. So guys, just so you know, you're probably going to get into a little flack tonight if you don't make the right choices. So better get your choices right. It's time to put your analytical abilities to work and tell me who you think is going to be winning the first quarterfinal matchup here. Gamma Bears versus SK Telecom T1. Remember, gentlemen, the quarterfinals, each correct guess is worth 2 points, and each fail count as 2 losses. So, Kobe, let's start with you, since you have the courage to stick with your picks more than not.
All right, well, for all the reasons that we just listed earlier, I'm going to have to pick SKT, their individual players. I mean, they have Faker, and Gamma really have to prove themselves against them.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to be picking SK Telecom T1 as well. Again, we've talked about it. They're just that very consistent team. And I talked with their coach again before the match today. I said, how are you feeling about the Gamma Bears? And he said, we're just going to play solid. They're not cocky at all. They just want to play as methodically as possible, get the win, move on to the semis.
All right.
It'll be SKT. I don't have much hopes for the Bears.
Alrighty, Double Lift.
Yep, I'm with SKT as well. Even if Faker has a bad game, as you see, he can give first blood and he'll still win the game because his team is just so good.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Everybody, here's your chance to let us know whether you agree or disagree with our casters' picks.
All you have to do is head over to lolesports.com, click on Schedule, select the quarterfinals, and hit the thumbs up under the team that you think is going to win.
Then, when you're done making your picks, head over to Twitter and let us know what has been your favorite moment from the quarterfinals so far and why.
Can hit us up at LOL Esports and be sure to use the hashtag Worlds. If you want a chance at winning a Logitech G602S gaming mouse,
I'd want one, but we can't win.
No.
I'm still going to try to tweet. Crepo did. He got one on. All right, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, the Gamma Bears and SK Telecom T1 take to the Rift for our first game of the day. But right now, we take a closer look at the Bears, a team that went from unknown to underdog to champions of Taiwan in less than a year.
就是觉得我们一开始本来就对自己很有自信，可是又想到对方是 TBS 就很难打。
今天晚上就是刚上台比赛的时候，看到小巨蛋下面那么多人，就觉得有点紧张。
其实不太会紧张，因为自己本身喜欢在大家面前表演这样吧。
就是最后我抢到8王的时候，抢到8王，并且把对方 A 起，然后时间秒出口的时候，我们就已经知道。
Dropping down, Zonda pops an ultimate. Oh, and the Bears still coming in for win.
对，可是等到真的珠宝爆掉那一瞬间，我们才真的就是恍惚。对，是珠宝那瞬间，我们才确定我们真的赢了。
We have your champions, Gamma Bears. They are going to the World Finals.
当我们赢下来这场就是 S3 资格赛的时候，就是觉得很开心，能够就是跟队伍证明自己的实力。对，
其实老实讲，就是另外一队的粉丝人数远远高过我们这队，然后我们可能拿到冠军的时候，呼声还没有他们一个击杀还高，就是真的这样拿到冠军真的是蛮开心的。
今天比赛完就真的蛮想哭的有一次看到队友们就是都有在掉泪，都觉得很感动。
平常不会，只是因为今天真的太开心了。对，因为
我们就是可能会是被看好的队伍，然后尽量就是研究下一场对手的战术之类的，来确保胜利。
去LA 一定非常的开心啊！然后，这次我们是没有奖杯，只有 GPL 有奖杯，所以我打算去 LA 拿一个奖杯回来。
其实我以前对于 LA 就是比较偏篮球啊，就 NBA 啊，就是什么洛杉矶湖人，因为以前很喜欢洛杉矶湖人这个队伍。然后当听说今年的那个 LL 比赛主场是放在那个洛杉矶湖人篮球场，我就觉得哇，好兴奋！以前只看到那个场地，没想到今天是真的能到那边。
我觉得应该会比这次小巨蛋厉害很多很多。
去年看 TBA 就是表现的，就是在世界舞台表现的那么好，所以我们今年也要跟他们一样。
之前在去年的时候是看着那个 TPA， 就是 S2 台湾代表队去打那个世界冠军赛，就是在家里的时候看的时候觉得非常兴奋，没有想到就是今年的话会换成自己去打，对，然后也是希望能够帮台湾拿下第2个冠军。
我们一定会